Hare Krishna. Let's make this a little bigger. Okay, good. So this garland, what's this? How is this supposed to go? Wait, like you. That's your second garland. Oh, Anissa, it's Anissa's second garland experiment. So, greetings and Haribol, and welcome everyone. Here we are in Radhadesh in Belgium. And it is June 13th, 2026. And the sun is almost shining. It's been a bit of a wrestle. Mainly Indra has been winning between Surya and Indra in this week. Right. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rūpa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rūpam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatang Vikang Tang Sadimam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hey Krishna Karuna-sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. It's always interesting to see all the different backgrounds in which all the devotees are. Sometimes inside a car, like Amara Chandra is today. and yeah, different rooms, and so on. Okay. Yeah, so, oh, Alex, Hare Krishna. Welcome. Alex is here.
Alex, yeah.
Alex,
Yes,
yeah.
in Spain.
Yeah. And also Sri Prada is here. Hare Krishna, Sri Prada. Almvik's guard ki jai. Maybe you'll have some news for us from Almvik's guard later. Right, so let us proceed with our Chaitanya Mangala of Lochandas Thakur, shall we? Why not? Share screen. Oh, wait, first I have to call it up. No, that's not what I want. What I want is this one. Okay. There. And there. Okay. Move it a little bit. Ah. Oh, that's lost it. Sometimes it's hard to get a little space to slide something with the pointer. I don't know why. There we go. Let me close that. Can everyone see? Should I make it bigger? How's that?
This is perfect, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, let's get back up a little bit. Sachimata has encountered these devas who come to steal Gaurachandra. As the body cannot live without the precious soul, so I cannot live without my Gaurachandra, she tells her husband, Jagannath Mishra. Please think of some way to protect him from dangers, some way where the demigods, from first to last, all bring auspiciousness to him. In this way, the night passed, then the sun rose. Sachi's son then went to play with the other boys. I should first ask, how are we doing with translators? Everyone okay? More or less?
More or less, yes, Guru Maharaj.
More or less. Could be more, could be, better would be more. Okay, so verse 65, Kane Anganai Luti Dulai Dusar Dakiya Janani Kichu Bolaye Katar. For some moments, rolling on the ground in the courtyard, he was covered with dust. Seeing this, unhappy Shachi said, so Kane, for some moments, Anganiyai Luti must be rolling, Anginai must be the body, Ruti, I think would be rolling, and Dulai in the dust. Dhusar. Dakiya Janani Kichu Bolaye Katara. So seeing this, Dakiya, Janani, the mother, Kichu bolaye katra. She said something, katra, being unhappy, katra. Shonar putali tanu vandana shuchando upama dibare nahi akasera chando. Your glorious body is like a golden statue. I cannot compare it to anything. It is like the moon in the sky. So putali it can mean a puppet. Here it's translated as statue, maybe also. Sonar as statue of gold. Tanu is body. And specifically, I think a small or a young body. Vadana Suchanda. I don't know. Vadana Suchanda. Upama is comparison. Dibare nahi. Akashera chanda. So the moon in the sky, the moon of the sky, the sky's moon, Dibare, maybe it's divya, from or in the sky, or Dibare, upama Dibare, nahi. I cannot compare it to anything. Okay. In any case, upama means comparison. Nahi dibare. Akasera Chandra. So here's little Nimayanis rolling around in the dust, and Sachimata sees him as the moon in the sky. He's on the ground. She sees him as if the moon in the sky. Golden statue rolling on the ground. Eheno Shundaragai Dhulai Pariya Lutao Balahakeno Maijer Mata Kaya. Why do you roll your beautiful body in the dust? That is like biting your mother's head. Eheno, I think, is like in this way. Sundar Gai Dulai Pariya. Pariya, I guess, is fallen, Dulai, in the dust. Sundar Gai, your beautiful body. Lutau Baloho Kano. Kano is why. Mayer Mata Kaya. So Mata means the head, and Kaya is eating. It's like eating your mother's head. Lutau Balaha. I think that would be an imperative. So stop doing this, boy. Bala. Ihabali dhula chari jari chumbaye badana pulake purala anga aruna lochano. After saying these words, Shachi washed the dust away and then kissed her son's face. The hairs of her body stood erect. Her eyes were red. Iha Bali, having said this, Dhula Jadi. Dhula is the dust, dirt. Jadi, wash. Chumbaye Varana. Chumba is kissing. Vadana, the face. Pulaka Purala Anga Arunalochana. Arunalochana. The Lochana, her eyes, were Aruna. They were red. Aruna is the rising sun. And Pulaka means the hairs. Purala. Pulaka Purala Anga. The hairs of the body, Pulaka. I think Pulaka is the raised hairs. So it's interesting. Her rasa, of course, would be Vatsalya. And in her Vatsalya, we don't usually hear of her having, do we? Having sattvika bhavas? I mean, there's a lot of crying and a lot of anxiety. I don't remember ever reading or hearing of her hairs standing on end. Tobe aro kotodine shachira nandan boyasha shahite kore bahire parjaton bahire parjaton. On another day, Sachi's son went wandering with the other boys his age. Tabe, after that, Ara, again, or later, Tabe Ara. Kotodin, some days later, Shachir Nandan, the son of Sachi, Vayasha Shahite, with his friends, Kore Bahire Arjatana, out, Bahire, going out, Parjatana, must be wandering around, Pari Artana, Bahire. Okay. Ganga Kule Tarumule Kelaya Bedai Markata Kela Keli Akacharane Dandai. Under a tree by the Ganga's bank, they played like monkeys. They stood on one foot. Ganga Kule. Kule? Okay. Ganga Kule. On the bank of the Ganga, Tarumule, at the root of a tree, Kelaya Bedai, playing Bedai. Markata, of course, is monkeys. Markata Kela, Kele. So in the play, playing monkey play, something like that. Ek charane dandai, they stood on one leg. 1 foot, dandai, like a stick. Okay. I don't know why that's a problem, because the next verse, Sachimata is running after him. Shunilen Shachi Ganga Tire Gora Hari Dharite Cholila Shachi Hate Chari Kori. Okay. Hearing of this, Shachi went to the Ganga's bank to get Lord Gaurahari. So Shunilen, hearing, Shachi Ganga Tire, on the bank of the Ganga, Gaurahari Dharite, to to get Gaurahari, Cholila went Sachi Hate Charikori. Charikori. Seems like it means giving a no, it's Chorikori. Anyway, she hastened, I think. But maybe she grabbed him by the hand. Hate. Verse 72, Janur upare Janurohe akkopade dakiya janani dake utkoto shobade. With one knee up and the other knee down, he stood on one foot. Seeing this, Mother Sachi loudly called to him. So Janur upare, Janu is the knee. Janu rohe ekapade. So on one foot with one, keeping one knee down on one foot, ekapade. Dakiya janani. Seeing this, his mother, Dake, calls Utkata Shabade. Utkata must be loud, and Shabda is sound. Shabade is stretched Shabda. Okay. Still don't know what the problem is. Mayer Dakiya Prabhu Palaya Jai Matila Kunjara Jena Ulatia Chai. Seeing his mother, Lord Gora fled. Like a maddened elephant, he ran. So Mayare Dakiya, having seen his mother, Prabhu Palaya Jai, he hit the road. Matila Kunjara Jena, like a mata would be, matila means maddened, I guess. Kunjara is an elephant. Ulatia Chai, he ran fast, I guess. Ulatia. Dara dara pali dako chada chirani age dai more Prabhu Dijamani. Catch him, Sachi called. My lord, the jewel of the Brahmanas, continued to run. So dako is to call. Dara, catch, imperative form. Bali, loudly, or calling. Chade Sachirani, Sachi, Queen Sachi, I don't know, Chadi there. Age Dai, more Prabhu Dvijamani. So my Prabhu, my master, jewel of the Dvijas, of the twice born, Age Dai. He continued going ahead, straight. This is an exciting moment. Dori bare chahe sachi dharite na pare daya sandaila Prabhu gorer bitare. Sachi pursued but could not catch him. Lord Gora ran home. Uh-oh, big trouble coming up. We better stop there before it gets too serious. Dhari Bade, so I think, while being pursued. Sachidarite napari was not able to capture him. Napare. Daya sandhaila. Daya sandhaila. Prabhu Garer Vitare. So the master, Lord Gora, Garer Vitare, inside the Gara, inside the house, Daya Sandhaila. I guess he ran there. Yeah. Okay, let's stop there. And let's see if we can sing this. Okay. Stop share. Audio. Musicians. Do we have a mridanga here? Yes. We have a music backup team here. Share. Okay. Nope, wrong already. Jane anginai luti dulai dusara. Jane anginai luti dulai dusara. Lakia janani kichu bolai kata. Lakia janani kichu bolai. Sonar putali danu madana suchanda. Upama ibare nahi akashera chanda. Ehna sundarai dulai padiya. Butao bula hena maya matakaya. Iha bali dula chadi chumbaye badana. Ulake puralla anga aruna lochana. Tabe arakota dine sache nandana. Bayasha sahite kore bahire karjatan. Ganga kule paramule kelaya vedai. Markata kela kele ek charane dandai. Shunilen sachi ganga tire gorahari. Darite chalila sachi hate chali kori. Janu Uppare janu rahe ekabhare. Dakhiya janani dake utkata shavare. Mayere Bekiyan Prabhu Palayar Jai. Matila Kunjara Jena Ulatiya Jai. Dhara Dhara Bali Dasa Chade Sakshirani. Age age dhai mora Prabhu di jamai. Dari bare chahe sachi dari tera bhare. Daya sandhaila prabhu gare radhikare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. So again, welcome everyone to Saturday's Sanga. It's Saturday and it's a Sanga. It's an online Sanga. I've been here in Radhadesh for the last few days. We had, I still don't know what to call it, a seminar or a workshop. Maybe half and half. More of a seminar in a way this time. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And maybe some of you, has it been made accessible to others yet?
We just send an audio recording, but video
Okay.
quality is coming.
Audio recording has been sent. Video recording is on its way. Yeah. And we had a very special event on Thursday. Yes, we had I don't like to call it reinitiation. Sounds, I don't know. It's like somehow not satisfying to the heart. We had a confirmation or a reconfirmation. What shall we call it? Reconfirmation. Okay. So Purushottam Das became, in that process, Leela Purushottam Das. And he is right now hiding behind the screen. Yeah. So congratulations to him. Haribol. Yeah, we had a nice two-part event. The first part was in the temple room, and then we went out into the garden and had the yajna. It was a bit chilly outside, so we did the first part inside. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Inside with Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, that's right, and with Srila Prabhupada's presence. Yes, and then yesterday was an Ishtagoshti on the subject of the 7 purposes of ISKCON, and that was nicely organized by Eka Chakragram Prabhu, temple president, and Bhakta Thibault. And Thibault has prepared a presentation. He's going to share it with me so we could sometime maybe share it with all of you about, sort of engaging dynamically with ISKCON's 7 purposes, which I pointed out yesterday morning were originally 13. 13 purposes. Does that mean that 6 purposes just got eliminated? No, I think what it means is they were all compacted into 7. I think I need to ask Cited Swami again how that happened. Yeah, I think he was involved. Anyway, yes, so this was the course of our... Yes, you're welcome to... No, they're still cooking. Yes, no, maybe. Okay. Okay, and show and tell from my side is over. Now, I see Jananivas. Are you there? Oh, Rasodadhi Hari, you want to share something?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Guru Maharaj. I have few things to share. First one is that we have a book.
We have a book.
We have a book, field notes, out.
Yet another book.
Another one is here. Yeah.
Field notes.
Yeah.
Field notes part 2. Right?
Field notes part 2. Yes. And I have put this book and also Bhagavata Smaranam 3 and Bhagavata Smaranam 4 on the Kindle version on Amazon, so devotees can maybe buy there.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Yeah, for a Kindle, because it takes some time. And what else? And the another thing is that maybe, I don't know, maybe some of you might be interesting, but there is my book on Amazon for those who want to. I can put here a link.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It took some time. I'm something like 3 years for now, and yeah, and it can be both not only in Kindle but also paperback version there. I haven't seen the book yet in paperback, but I'll see, I guess, in a few days when it comes. And I don't know if I will print it in English. Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm not 100% sure, because it's a quite thick book. It has 460 pages. It's quite thick. This field notes has 210, so it's double than this book. But let me see. Maybe I'll.
So you said it's in paperback, but not in English. But not in English?
Oh, in English. Only English now.
Oh, I thought you said anyway. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the process of translating it to Croatian.
Croatian.
here, and this is expensive sport, so to say,
Yeah,
because we print also, let's say, 300, 400 copies, and maybe they'll be sold in the next 15, 20 years, something
right.
like that, It's usually like that,
Yeah.
It's not so many. So, yeah.
We got some book distribution done here.
Oh,
in
that's good.
Radhadesh.
Very nice.
Guru
Complete
Maharaj,
sets. Huh?
I'm sorry if I can interrupt, but I don't know what happened with your with your sound, because we can hear you
Yeah,
as an
echo.
echo.
That's because Rasodadhi is not using earphones.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I don't have. Dear Lalita is asking, what is the title of your book? This one, long one, celebrating Sri Krishna and his devotees, and this subtitle, A Guide to Festivals, Commemorations, Spiritual Observances, and Remembrances in Gauḍīya Vaishnavism. Anyway, one can click there and see something about the book, go through the book. I guess, I don't know, first 20 pages or something like that.
Mm. Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Party time.
Party time. Oh, with the books, it's always, yeah, something like that. Struggle, so to say. A lot of work.
Just a small point before I forget. I wish we didn't have this echo, but I spoke with Garuda Prabhu yesterday, and he couldn't remember whether he replied to your letter.
No, he didn't.
Okay, so he's giving permission.
Okay, thank you. We have few of them still, maybe 3. One is very old, a monk, cannot be reached, and another one you said that what is his name, Ravi Gupta or Radhika Raman. He said I don't have his contact. Anyway, I'll brief you a little bit about this.
Okay.
Let's see.
Good. Okay, then. Jananivas, are you there? You're there. I see you.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna, please accept
So,
my
you have just completed a course. Now you can be a guru.
I can be a better disciple, I can tell you that much.
You can say you have a little presentation to tell us about your experience. Do you want to show it now?
Sure. If I can find it. Let's see.
For those of you who don't know, Jananivas is in northeast USA. Yes, some people still live in the USA, even though it's such a crazy political landscape. And he's in Connecticut. And he's just attended a course, which I think is the same course I took before taking sannyas. It was a requirement for sannyas at that time. And at that time, it was called spiritual leadership, as I remember. And it was good. I attended here. I attended it in Mayapur. And now it's been here. So Jananivas will just show you this. I hope he finds it.
Let me get my better half to help me with these technical issues. Is that okay? Because I can't find it.
Okay. Meanwhile,
I'll be right back.
Oh, now we can have darshan of his chair. Meanwhile, Johannes, do you want to share the thought you shared with, Suniti is here now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Here you are.
Yeah, it's a sharing. Okay, good.
There we go. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, can you all see it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this was like you say, it was a really nice seminar in Gainesville, Florida. Weather was rather intense. Humidity was close to 100%, and the temperature was about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so very hot. But it was really nice. It took place in the Bhakti-rasāmṛta Institute for Higher Studies. Very beautiful facilities.
Yeah.
And by the grace of Brahmatirtha Prabhu, I was able to stay in the premises, one of the rooms that we had, and I shared the bathroom with Kaustuva Prabhu, so he was in the other bedroom. So that was nice, and we had a really nice chat. I have some notes here for the presentation because I don't want to forget anything. It's really simple. They give you a booklet that's about 100 pages, and then you go through as you go on the seminar, and it's very interactive.
Who was teaching?
Okay, it was Anuttama Prabhu and Kalakanta Prabhu, because Mahatma Prabhu was not feeling well, and he was supposed to be helping Anuttama, but he was not feeling well. I saw him in Alachua, and he's not, he's having ups and downs with his health, and so Kalakanta Prabhu was gracious enough to help the seminar, and he actually did fantastic. It was really nice to have Kalakanta Prabhu with us. Very knowledgeable, and he made it very. This subject of guruship is rather scary, but he made it very approachable, very easy, and very human actually. So that was I really liked the way he presented, because he was very human, which is trying to grasp this service, because usually we are involved in so many other services, and this always seems like he did something really nice that really inspired everybody before taking this course. He said that don't think that you're qualified to do anything, but your qualification should not be the problem. If you're qualified or not should not be the problem, but the question should be, how can I help you? How can I serve you? Either I'm qualified or not qualified, that's secondary.
How did it come about that you took this course?
Some senior devotees were pushing me to take it, especially Nanda Maharaj. And he said I should take it. And I said, I'm really not qualified to do any of this, so you should take it. And so he insisted. And my wife also insisted, and some other devotees also said that I should do it. So I braved up my courage, and I went to Florida and survived the temperatures and the humidity. So I did it. Yeah. So it was very wonderful. There were about 20 participants. There were some Prabhupada disciples there, temple presidents, and some other devotees, different areas in the States. First time it was ever presented here in America, outside of India, actually. It's usually done in India.
Yeah.
It was, so at first, Anuttama Prabhu wasn't sure if it was going to have it here, because there were not that many devotees trying to take the course. I think 2 days before the course was supposed to start, there were only 6 devotees that would be participating in it. And he's like, I don't know, I had to go to Florida and do this. But Suniti prepared a really nice presentation and sent out a bunch of emails. And we got 20 participants. So that was really good. So it was worth the time of Anuttama Prabhu and Kalakanta Prabhu, And there were some Vaishnavis there too, so that was really nice. There were 4 of them, very beautiful perspectives they brought to the conversations. It was really, really inspiring. So I have this that I have prepared. If you kindly allow me, I can show you.
Please.
Okay, so, okay, I went too far. This one here. So first of all, I want to thank all the Kalkanta Prabhu, Anuttama Prabhu, and Renanda Maharaj for all the support and all the time and the expertise they graced to share with us this the importance of this seminar. It was a 5-day seminar organized by the VTE Vaishnava training education course and developed by the GVC Guru Services Committee
For you.
and Guruship and spiritual leadership for aspiring Diksha Gurus, Siksha Gurus, and senior devotees and managers. When I read managers, I was like, in the seminar, I was like, why managers? Because it's a very important connection between gurus and managers. So we're working all as a team, and the managers of the temples, temple presidents, and so on, they need to cooperate. So it was
one thing, Jananivas, please keep in mind, some are translating what you're speaking. So if you can speak at 76% speed, that will help them.
Of course, thank you. So basically we have 30 points, what the seminar was about. So we have here page 3, part 1. Okay. So here we have the vision, the inspiration, and the facilitation. Let me see here. Number 1 second. So under this set, there are the 3 pillars, as we see here: vision, inspiration, facilitation. And the those set, there are 12 principles and values for ISKCON gurus, and then trains them with very practical things such as listening and counseling skills, working with managers, keeping one's spiritual health, and protecting the devotees from spiritual abuse. And the whole idea was like nobody just leads with a theory alone. It was a very interactive. Each participant helped draft guidelines for gurus and write some personal action plans for every part of the every chapter that we covered. Okay, here's this.
Recording in progress.
So this one was the starting point of the seminar, the identity of the guru. The whole seminar had to be reduced to one sentence. This will be the one. A guru is always the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. Prabhupada staged that in a lecture in Bombay in 1973 on Nectar of Devotion. So the guru is basically honored as Hari, but yet he sees himself as a servant of all, even of the disciples Krishna has sent to him to train. Śrīla Prabhupada used to say that all of you are representatives of my Guru Maharaj, and all being sent by my Guru Maharaj to help me with this mission. So we have the 3 pillars, basically covers the 12 principles of the Guru, right? So the vision, we talked about fidelity to Śrīla Prabhupada, allegiance to ISKCON, Brahminical leadership, cooperation, and unity. And then the inspiration, we spoke about spiritual strength, Shastric knowledge and realization, balance, exemplary lifestyle, concern for the welfare of all. And then we talk about facilitation, reflections on self-awareness, social responsibility and accountability, empowerment of followers, peer association and support. So this, the point number 11 here on facilitation, it was very interesting because everybody got to say something. That one of the problems that the participants said that is a problem in ISKCON is like there's not much empowerment of followers. There's not what is the word that I'm looking for? The making sure that all the devotees are not empowered, basically making sure that devotees are empowered to continue serving the mission and they become independent thinkers, not just blind followers. We need to empower all the devotees to do their service. If we just keep them in the shade, it's not really healthy for them. It's not really healthy for the mission of Śrīla Prabhupada. Let's see. This one was very important too, as I said, because I had asked myself, why the managers? And so Guruji managers, they only have one mission, and they have they share the same care for devotees, right? We analyze the things that they're wrong within the movement, and where there would be the working agreements to make it work better. For instance, we talked about what things are going wrong. The manager, temple presidents, they've seen disciples or temple residents as basically as a workforce, and they don't care much about their training, and the devotees obviously will feel unfulfilled after that. Make sure that we got to clean the temple room, we got to make sure that the altar is open, somebody's cooking, but is the devotee chanting his rounds? Are the devotees studying the books? And then another issue that was presented by some of the participants were gurus flying into town, collecting large donations and flying out without even visiting the temple. This is actually a big problem. It's actually a big problem here in the States. We have gurus coming from different areas, and they don't visit the temples, and they have a network of collecting money, sadly, and it becomes a problem for the managers. It really, there were many temple presidents there, so it was really nice to see from their perspective, because I'm not a temple president, and I never was a temple president, so I don't know that side. And the challenges that they have with this issue it was rather alarming, really, because they're also serving these managers are helping to organize the society. They keep it all running, and it needs to be a lot of cooperation. So this was a very an intense part of the seminar. So then we had the working agreements. Okay, how can we do better? For instance, the many managers, they would just recommend devotees for initiation, and just because they needed people to cover the services, but not because the devotees were qualified to accept initiation. So here, a working agreement was to initiate only devotees duly recommended by qualified managers, not just somebody that just came up last week and all of a sudden is ready because we need a pujari in the altar and then we just throw them in there. It becomes a problem, and also it's actually a disservice for devotees. For managers, never pull disciples from projects whimsically. So it needs to be a collaboration between the guru and the managers. We need to get this done. Guru wants me to do this, or vice versa too. Guru asks the disciple to do something, and then the temple person wants something else done. So there needs to be communication, and things need to be said respectfully, right? Another point here about the Guru flying into town. So temple person said, never collect without explicit permission. So make sure there's plenty of notice and everybody's agreeing. Okay, if a guru is working a particular project and is raising funds, it needs to be communicated to managers. A manager is for the manager to speak of our disciples, guru respectfully, and keep the lines open, because sometimes there is that tension between managers. They get cranky about a certain guru not coming or not giving a class, no Sunday class, and they speak harshly about their guru because they have differences. And then the disciple is listening, so it's not really a healthy atmosphere for anybody. What I learned. This was a really nice quote, and it's attributed to Śrīla Bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu Gosvāmī Maharaj. Anutama said it in the course of the conversation, and it really struck me. It was really beautiful. A guru is measured not by how many disciples he has, but how many gurus he makes. Have you ever heard that, Guru Maharaj?
No, I hadn't heard that. No.
Yeah. As we know, Śrīla Bhakti-rasāmṛta Saraswati had 60,000 disciples. Śrīla Prabhupada had roughly between 4,000 or 5,000, somewhere there. The numbers change.
5 or 6, yeah.
Okay.
Bhakti-siddhanta had 60,000?
That's what I heard, yeah.
Okay.
But then Lokanath Goswami only had one.
Yeah.
So things that I learned: the disciple's growth outranks his output. The guru measures success by the disciple's spiritual growth, not by how much service the disciple produces, and trains him to stand on his own, never to stay dependent on the guru. So this was really important because as we progress in our spiritual life, we need to be able to think for ourselves. The guru is there to help us along the way, but we're all flapping our wings on our own. So the guru is giving direction. That's what the guru is doing. And if we, the guru is training us, sometimes it's hard to hear that the guru is not really our friend, like, oh, okay, he's my buddy, the guru is friend because he's giving us Krishna. The training needs to be there.
In one lecture, Prabhupada said, he said, Krishna is your actual friend. And he said, if I remember right, he said, I am just one living entity. I can encourage you, but I am just one living entity, something like that. And Krishna is your actual friend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. So I was actually listening to a Prabhupada class the other day, and he was saying something along those lines too. Prabhupada said that you put your faith in Krishna. I may betray you, Prabhupada said, but Krishna will never betray you.
Oh, he said like that. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so then I have care is a skill, no Shishamo. That's something that one of the things that I really like about the seminar. So how do we develop that the skill? How anybody, not just guru, but how can we all develop the skill of care? And so reflective listening, not just somebody's talking to you and it's just not paying much attention. And there was some skit. Anutama Prabhu and some others were doing some play for us, and then he was playing the role of a guru. And then a disciple come and they say, Guru Maharaj, I have this issue. And then the guru is looking at his watch. Oh, and talking to his servant and not really paying attention what the disciple, the struggles of the disciples doing. It's like, well, you're almost done. I need to catch a fly. I need to do something. So he was saying that this is not what one should do. One should be attentive to what is being presented. And then the Guru should also have open questions for the disciple, because usually the struggles that we go through, they're very small. It's just usually a misunderstanding. So open questions, it really puts the disciple in a position where you can actually figure it out by yourself. It's not really that complicated. Counseling.
You're again being requested to slow down.
I'm sorry. So this is probably another thing that I should have taken note here. Speak slowly. So reflective listening, open questions, counseling. This was important too. How to counsel devotees when they come with issues, problems, or differences. Delegation. This was also very important. How to delegate, not try to be controlling in every situation, control the disciples' life. They are living their own life. The Guru is supposed to give direction, not just like be. We have here, I've heard the expression helicopter guru, that is always hovering over your head the whole time. If I may, I'm going to go shortly off track here. But one time I was with Bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu Swami, and he was walking behind one of his disciples the whole time, not saying anything. He's looking at him by about 50 centimeters away from him, following all over. And then the disciple was super nervous. Like, why is my Guru following everywhere? And he wasn't saying anything. So he's just looking at him, with big blue eyes like this, looking at him. He looked like Lord Jagannath, So the disciple got very uncomfortable. I was like, Guru Maharaj, why are you following me everywhere? It's like, well, imagine this is Paramatma following you and watching your every step. Right? So, okay, so, and then this delegation, give the devotees, the disciples responsibilities and trust in them that they will grow in their service. They will grow. They may not get it at first, but then eventually with honest practice and good practice, they'll be able to get the point. And as we know, with Guru's instructions comes all the power to perform that service. When we talked about how Shyamasundar Guru Das Prabhu, when he was in Vrindavan, and Prabhupada told him that 400 tons of cement are going to go right here, and it was just a dirt lot. And Guru Das had never seen a bucket of cement of his life, And all of a sudden, we had the Krishna Balaram Mandir, a beautiful temple. So Prabhupada delegated. The disciple had a lot of trust in his Guru, and things with a lot of endeavor got accomplished. Then here we have, okay, so balance is a spiritual duty. This was important too, because we refer to Bhagavad Gita 6:17, that one should be regulated in eating, sleeping, recreation, and work. Burnout is a hazard, not a badge of dedication. So that was actually really nice. That we should be balanced. There's time for eating, sleeping, recreating, and it's healthy. We don't exercise much because we think that is Maya, and so it was good to put everything in perspective. Isolation is the greatest danger. That's the one I think that I learned too, because as disciples we can associate with each other. We have an issue. Sometimes we don't want to bother our Guru. So we associate with peers, right? So, but the Guru also needs association. We have seen sometimes Gurus have some problems, and they don't have anybody to reveal their minds, and then some of them have problems along their path. So this was a very touchy subject, touchy of isolation. Then we jump to the quote for Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. What kind of with the topic of isolation, some devotees, someone may think that I'm too advanced now, and I'm a guru and this and that, and I can just be by myself. And then, so this was a reminder that is the wrong mentality to have. We need company, we need association. Let's see. And why this seminar matters. What is the relevance or the importance of this? The importance reaches beyond the gurus who attend. The trainers offer 3 protections to the whole society. 1, it protects Srila Prabhupada's society. Loyalty to Srila Prabhupada is expressed through loyalty to ISKCON. Gurus, managers, and the GBC working as one keeps the mission whole. It also protects the devotees. Accountability, this was a very important issue as well. Accountability and responsibility, integrity, ethics, that was also spoken many, many times throughout the seminar. And then also it protects the guru himself, like making sure the guru also has a good sadhana that is balanced, has peer association that is honest, and self-disclosure. Then we talk about small points that
wait, can you in this, in the middle one, it protects devotees. You spent 2 full sessions on spiritual abuse. Do you want to say something about that?
Yes, yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Spiritual abuse, it was also, some of the things were intense. I had to admit, some of the conversations sometimes, it was very, very educated, but, it was quite intense because abuse, like, for instance, a guru can abuse the disciple in different ways. Think that the disciple is just like, give me this, give me that, go and do this for me. And the guru is just collecting badges, and not really helping the disciples, not really caring for the disciple, not really caring. One form of spiritual abuse is being negligent to the disciple. For instance, the disciple has a need, and the guru is not really helping the devotee need. Is one form of spiritual abuse, abusing his position to even collect money to, I'm a guru, I'm okay, I can collect money without permission. Guru is above everything. So why somebody could be using the position of guru to exploit other people, abuse somebody? Many things. We spoke about pratishta mainly, prestige, adoration, fame, and so on. So one should be very careful with all this subject. And one form of avoiding spiritual abuse is by having good peer association, good guidance. Is that okay, Guru?
Yes.
Okay, here. And then so everybody took notes, and the booklet is rather nice. On the final day, the participant write down one concrete personal commitment called an action point, a single specific change to begin practicing immediately. So making sure that doesn't stay on theory, because sometimes you take seminars and then it's really nice while you're there, but then you go back to square one the very next day, and then it feels like you didn't learn anything. So put it in practice, whatever we are learning from Guru, and whatever we're learning from senior devotees, we need to put it in practice. Prabhupada asks us to live his instructions, not just read his instructions and read his book, but actually live his books. So instead in the positive, what will I do? What I will stop. So the positive, so action plans. within my own control, no dependent on other behavior. Doesn't matter what somebody else is doing. If I'm going to take up whatever service Krishna wants me to take, don't look at the neighbor. Basically, just do whatever I need to do for push Prabhupada's mission, the Guru's mission, and make it specific and measurable. Don't have this dreaming that one day I'll be up in Goloka Vrindavan playing with Krishna and all that stuff. Small steps and very specific and measurable. So that way there is no disappointment. If we have some huge plans and we put all our faith in it and we don't accomplish it, disappointment will come. And just there's a small point that I put here for me, consistent with my whole life. Make sure that it's something that I can accomplish. It's something, whatever service is something that I'm okay with that is not going to harm my sadhana, my health, and or my family. So basically, that was basically what I learned. Here we have some of the participants that were there. Sandamani Prabhu was there, Prabhupada Priya, Nircha Kishori, and they saw the lady, I can't remember her name, excuse me. And then Anujan Prabhu was there, Kalakanta Prabhu was there, over here, let's see, where is my mouse? Okay, it's Kalakanta Prabhu here, if you don't know him. Anutam, I'm sure everybody knows him, he's in charge of communication, so you'll see his face all over. And some temple president, some of the Prabhupada disciples over here. So it was a really nice, inspiring seminar. And so with that, I don't want to take, I know I was planning on 10 minutes, but I think we were well overboard.
Would you want to tell us what your action point for yourself was or is or not? Don't want to put you on the spot.
Well, you should do, but my action point is to be more honest, with my spiritual sadhana, my reading of Prabhupada's books, because I don't like to just read, I like to study Prabhupada's books and look at it from different perspectives. So I want to share what I'm learning with others that way, because there's a big difference between just reading the book and then actually try to understand it from different perspectives. And so that's a nice action plan that I need to associate more with devotees that have different point of view. Because if you are just, I realize if I'm just reading by myself, I usually come to the wrong conclusion.
Becomes an echo chamber.
An echo chamber. So if I talk to somebody, it's usually somebody that has a very different opinion than mine. And if I go to that person, I say, oh, well, that's very interesting, the way you see it, and try to really to grasp that. So action plan, better rounds, be very intentional with rounds, not just Hare Krishna, be playing with the phone and do so many other things. Seems like when we had to chant our rounds, the mind gets extremely chatty, and it's got all, it shows you the agenda for the day and for next month and so on. So,
chanting and chatty.
So basically, if I were to answer your question, I will, with one point would be honesty to my own sadhana.
Nice, very good. Great, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else want to attend this course? I don't, not to put anyone on the spot, but yeah, actually, going back to Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's point, which I hadn't heard or read, but that doesn't mean much. He's said many things I haven't read. But the measure of a guru is that he makes gurus. So You should all become gurus. I think many, if not all of you, are acting in some degree in that capacity. You are advising others, you are encouraging others, you are attracting others to Krishna, so that's all very good. Okay, good, good, good. Johannes, you're next.
Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj and devotees. I've written down on a post-it note here, speak slow, because I tend to speed up when I start rambling about stuff, but I'll try to keep it slow.
Keep it slow.
Yes. 2 weeks ago, when we had our Saturday Sanga, the topic of Mother Mary came up, and the sort of the imagery of motherhood in different religious traditions. And you mentioned the Pietà, which is this famous statue of Mother Mary holding Jesus's dead body, which is a very powerful image, and it's been replicated in many different statues as well as different paintings. And when I was in university, I took a course in how art is used in religious expression during my bachelor's degree. And the lecture that we had made a very interesting point, which is this image has become so popular and so powerful and important to especially Catholics in their religious life. But this scene is not found anywhere in the Bible. There's no place in any of the Gospels that are in the Bible that describes Mary holding Jesus's body. And I was thinking about this actually a few days before the Saturday Sangha, so it was very interesting to me that it came up. And I'm always looking for different tools and ways to understand apparent contradictions or differences in Shastra. And I tried to use this Pietà image as a tool, because especially for Catholics, Mary and her, I think, sort of emotional life and the way she is as a human is very important. And this Pietà image becomes a way to bring out her inner life in a way that is not present in the stories. So you could say that it's describing something that didn't happen, but the point is not whether it happened just like that. The point is what it's telling us about the main story. So I thought this was a very interesting way to maybe also look at apparent contradictions in Shastra, that you have different events being described in different ways if you read different texts or even just different parts of the same text. One example is the way the universe is described in different parts of the Bhagavatam, that you get descriptions that are apparently different. But if we think that maybe there is some essence of truth that we're trying to get to that is maybe too complex to be described with one image or one story, then these different descriptions become ways of bringing out different aspects of the same truth in ways that maybe we couldn't with just one story. And then I was thinking about this earlier today, and my mind went to the talk that you gave at the Vyasa Puja of Bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu Swami a few months ago, where you had this very beautiful analogy of seeing the parampara as a telescope, and then different acharyas functioning as lenses in that telescope. And when they all line up correctly, they emphasize maybe slightly different things, but they sort of together, they make this perfect see-through image that leads you straight through the absolute truth. So I was thinking maybe one way of understanding apparent differences in Shastra is that if you put them side by side, they seem different. But if you try to look through them and line them up so that they complement each other, they create a clear vision. If you just take two lenses and place them side by side, they will seem to distort reality in different ways. But if you line them up so you see through them, then the image becomes clear.
Mhm.
So I always try to think like how to think about these apparent differences. And I think maybe
Yeah.
this idea that there is some truth that you need more than one description to understand, and then trying to line everything up to see through it is a good tool, at least for me, to try and understand how the Shastra. In your Vyasa Puja speech last year, you said that one of our tasks is to understand not whether what we hear is true, but how it is true. And then maybe this can be one way of doing that, understanding that even though things seem different, they get at the same thing. And if we can line everything up in the correct order and in the correct way, then we see that it's all true, but it's getting at something that is true in a way that we need to understand through different tellings.
Very nice. Very nice. It's nice how you're bringing together the pietà and this way of thinking about Shastra. And I like your point of, instead of looking side by side, lining them up and looking through. And it reminds me of something I read a few days ago. I believe it's in the Bhagavad-sāndarbha of Jiva Gosvāmī. He said something that very much surprised me. He explains that there may be something in the Puranas which don't seem to reflect something in the Veda, in the Vedic Samhitas. I don't remember now if he puts some conditions on it, but he what he says is essentially, if something is there in Purana, we have to take it as true. Therefore, it must be there in Veda, but unmanifest Veda. It must be there. I think in his Tattva Sandarbha, he says we have only a fraction of the Vedic Samhitas. The full Vedic corpus is largely avyakta. But in a sense, he's saying you can extrapolate because he's taking Purana as authoritative. How can it be authoritative? It must be coming from Veda. Okay, then this must be also in Veda, even though we don't see it. So I thought of that in relation to the Pietà example. Okay, it's not in the four Gospels or whatever else in the New Testament, but must be there in a sense.
I've heard devotees talk about a sort of similar thing, but about Prabhupada's books. And they say that all the knowledge is there, but some of it is there in seed form. That you need to draw it out or maybe water it to actually get the full picture, but the source of it that you can derive it from is there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another nice image, seed form. Very good. Good, thank you. That's lots of food for thought. Oh, we have a comment or a question here from Subal Gopal.
Do we take the Tamasic and Rajasic Puranas also as pramana?
Well, sometimes the Upanishads, the question is whether we take Rajasic and Tamasic Purana as authoritative. And, whoops, now there's an echo. How come? But sometimes, a few times, here and there, our acharyas will quote from one or another of the Puranas, which are categorized that way. So I would say here the element of the acharyas discrimination is involved, where the Acharya sees here's a point which is important, here's a point which, whatever Purana it's coming from, it's still Purana, and therefore it is valuable. And how it's valuable, he may help us to understand. And so it's not black and white. It's not that we absolutely don't, that we shun Upanishad, Puranas that Jiva Gosvāmī categorizes in that way. It's more subtle, apparently. It's not that those Puranas are rajasic or tamasic, and I think this is also relevant. It's that they are for persons who are dominated by rajasic or tamasic gunas. And so it's for them to be attracted and to be elevated. Yeah. In a similar way, the Mahabharata is, sort of for all of us common folk. And because it's full of exciting stories and conflict and fighting and things, so we're attracted to that. And then it leads us to the teachings of Bhishma Dev in the Shanti Parvan, for example, and then we get elevated by that. Could be one way of understanding. Okay. Nice. Anyone else have any comments or thoughts or something you want to share? Otherwise, we have our nectar of devotion for a few minutes. Yeah. How are our translators doing? I'm always a little worried about our translators. Oh, Darya Janani, you wanted to speak or ask or say something about worship of Srimati Radharani? Wolltest du über diese Sache sprechen? Oder fragen?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Slide. I need to feel a deity, and now I try to make this connection with Radharani. I don't know how, but I tried. We will see.
I think I missed the first couple of words. You have a deity?
No, I tried to make connection with Radharani.
Oh.
Yes. Now I don't feel her. I don't know. It not exists in my life. I don't know how. No idea.
Well, one thing you can do is read Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila chapter 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can read, where's the list of 25 qualities of Radharani?
Mm-hmm. While I wrote my question to you, I was in my rehabilitation, and I was in Catholic church, and I grew up in Christian tradition, and I remember that I had this connection with Mother, Christian, Jesus' mother, and I have this connection now. And I try to understand how I have this connection in our tradition. Who is this? How to feel it? How to receive this protection?
Yeah.
how to feel it, really feel.
Yeah. To really feel. Yeah.
For example, I have this connection with Nrsimhadev and Hachalam. I feel it really.
Yeah.
Or if I pray to Krishna, every time I dream you. Every time he come to me in my dream in your form. But when I pray to Radharani or when I ask something, I feel nothing.
She's hiding.
Nothing. I don't know how to do it or what is it.
She's hiding from you.
Yes. Yeah.
She's there in the Maha Mantra, you know.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, she's there more than Krishna or Rama.
We will see. Maybe she present me.
Yeah.
This
also
this gift, this
chapter 20,
feeling.
chapter 21 of 10th canto. The song of the, I always get mixed up, either Gopi Gita or Venu Gita. But it's presented kind of anonymously, like the gopis said, but you can understand it as Srimati Radharani with all of her associates. Because we understand Shukadev Goswami didn't want to mention Radharani directly. It would be too much ecstasy for him. But she's there, you know. Anaya radito nunam Bhagavan Ishvara, etc. That verse I keep forgetting. She is alluded to, but the point I'm making is that when the gopis speak, and they speak a lot also in chapter 30, 31 of Canto 10. So you can take it that that's also Radha speaking. Of course, it's all about their relation and their feeling of separation from Krishna. But then you go to Chaitanya Charitamrita, where we read that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in that mood, but he's also in the mood of giving us Krishna. And so through him, we also understand who is Radha, or especially through him. So, yeah, Lord Chaitanya is very pivotal, important for us. Anyway, patience. Okay, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. So then, let me find, okay. How many more days do we have of Purushottama Mas, Odarya Chandrika?
In Dubai, tomorrow is the last day.
Oh, here also.
Okay.
And tomorrow you're giving the Sunday lecture.
I mean, not in the main Sangha, it is our Sangha lecture, Guru Maharaj.
Sangha. Okay.
Yeah, but still there are coming 60 devotees, so I'm already sweating here.
You're sweating.
Yeah.
Well, then you can give a lecture about perspiration.
Yeah. I'm thinking about the verse 15:7 from Purushottama Yoga chapter 7 verse.
Mamai vangsha jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana manashastan indriyani prakriti stani karshati.
Yes.
Yes, very important verse. Mama eva angsha. Okay, good luck with your lecture.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. I need that blessing. Thank you.
So let's go to share and PowerPoint. Okay, we continue very gradually through the 64 items of devotional service, and we're on number 49. One should offer everything to the Lord. Everything. That's a lot. Okay, that's everything is a lot. A lot of everything. 49, Atmani Medanam, surrendering everything. Considering oneself the possession of the Lord. That's an interesting way of understanding. And let me move this down. Oops. Okay. Self is sometimes considered to refer to the spirit self or soul, and self is sometimes considered to refer to the mind or to the body. Okay, this is translating the word Atma. Full self-surrender, therefore, means not only surrendering oneself as spirit soul, but also surrendering one's mind and body to the service of the Lord. There's some interesting images there. Yeah, technically the word Atma in Sanskrit, they say historically it was used just not in the sense of spirit soul, as we understand, but just meant self, as in when we say in English, myself. I myself am doing this or that. And so then it comes to mean, it can mean body, it can mean the mind and the soul. But here the point is interesting because it says, because it has these other meanings, therefore we should give it all to Krishna. Use it all in Krishna's service. What's the verse? Pranayar artayar diya vacha shreya acharanam sada. Prana with the life, arta with the wealth, diya with the intelligence, and vacha with the words. Shreya acharanam. One should act for the Lord. And more, offering the body as Atma is illustrated in Bhakti Viveka. I don't know if that's a book or what. Just as one does not worry about an animal that has been sold, one should offer this body to the Lord and be disinterested in its maintenance. In other words, one should not bother about his personal or family maintenance or sustenance. If one is actually surrendered in body and soul, he should always remember that his only concern is to be engaged in the service of the Lord. That sounds like, if we take the juggling example, 3 balls or torches or something. This statement seems to say you can throw one of those away, the self-maintenance one. That's a hard one. That's a tough one. That's a tall one. Anissa? Integrated. That's, yes, Anissa's suggesting it's maybe about integrating the 3 balls, and I like that explanation better than throwing out 1 ball. Yeah. Good. Because he has offered his body to the Lord, he gives up all activities for pleasure in this life and the next, which nourish his body and things related to that body. The Lord then thinks, quote, I desire to make him special. He then attains freedom from death, amritattvam, and attains similarity to me, atmabhuyaya. This means that he attains liberation in the form of attaining his svarupa and sarshti, powers like those of the Lords. This painting is interesting. One of the Gopalas, they have interesting hats. I'm just noticing, especially the one with the red. And there's one on the far right with a green hat. Yeah, they're very cute. Ah, that's why he has that look, huh? There, and Balaram's next to him, trying to distract him. Oh, and the boy on the right is also stealing. Or maybe that's the one you meant. Now, the question is, are these boys in a conspiracy to steal? And is that boy waving? It's like a fan he's waving. He's stealing his chudder? Surrender of self as mind. My mind, my household affairs, my body, whatever is in my possession, my dear Lord, I offer to you for your service. Now you can do with them as you like. You are the supreme possessor of everything. So if you like, you can kill me. Or if you like, you can give me protection. All authority belongs to you. I have nothing to claim as my own. Yeah. Manasa deha geha yoki chumor arpilun tua pade Nanda Kishore. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song. And we have in the next slide, Bhaktivinoda Thakur Shampade vipade jivane marane dai mama gela tuwa o pada varane. So vipada means in vipade means in trouble. Sampade in sampat, I think, is like well-being, maybe. Jivane marane, in life, in death. Dai mama gela. Tuwa o pada marane. I don't know the exact syntax there. Anyway, I give myself. My everything is yours. And then, so it's body, mind, and now self as soul. Surrender of the self as soul. Sri Yamunacharya, in his prayers to the Lord, has expressed a similar idea in the following words. My dear Lord, I may be living within some body as a human being or as a demigod, but whatever mode of life, I do not mind, because these bodies are simply byproducts of the three modes of material nature, and I, who am in possession of these bodies, am surrendering myself unto you. So the I, in this case, he's identifying I, the self, the soul, in this body. So bodies are coming, bodies are going. Doesn't really matter that much. What matters is I surrender to you. And then the pictures above showed show a small boy's body and a bee body. And I guess on the right, it's the demigods. So they're offering to Krishna. And there's Krishna with a peacock. So the peacock is offering himself. And the flute is offering. Okay. So, Atmani Vedana. A good point to end on and to remember for the end of Purushottama Masa. I hope you've all had a very luminous Purushottama Masa, month of Purushottama. Now we go back to the regular calendar for the next 3 years. But don't worry, we can still surrender to Krishna. What do you think, Ivan? Can we still surrender to Krishna?
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be nice. It is nice. Think positively. Yes. I recognize the background where you're sitting because we visited you a few days ago in your home. He and his wife have a very nice country ashram. Yeah. Very nice. Right, so I think we will end there. And I am checking next week. Next week is Vriyeka Ratha Yatra. I don't know what time the Ratha Yatra starts this time. It's usually in the middle of the day when absolutely no one is on the streets. And it's hot, yeah, it's hot. And it always reminds me of this saying, no one goes out in the midday sun except mad dogs and Englishmen. But here it becomes no one goes out in the midday sun except mad dogs and Hare Krishnas. So that means most probably our next gathering will be on the 27th, assuming we will have internet connection in Serbia. Yeah. So I will say, oops, where are we? I lost this. Oh, I know. It's a matter of going like this. Okay. So I'll say thank you all very much for joining us. And I wish you a wonderful week or 2 weeks, including all the kids with Odarya Janani who are okay. Jai, stay safe, stay sane, chant, try to chant and be happy. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur.
Jai Guru Maharaj.
Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hari
Thank you.
Bol. Thank
Guru Maharaj.
you. Jai Gurudev.